Hi guys, it's Jasmine here from the TeamFallenLoL channel. Today I'm going to be demonstrating to you Elise, formerly known as Prisciallia, the Spider Queen. Now first of all, let's go through each of her little emotes she has. Now here's the thing which is quite unusual, she has different ones depending on which form she's in. So here we go. Dance. Okay, so it's the human form. Now we're switching to the spider form. Lovely little animation. The spider I think looks great, but that's just me. Oh dear, it's a bit far. It's not working out very well here. Whatever. Okay, so spider form, emote 1. Check, see if there's another. It's a taunt. Favourite thing about this is the way the spiders join in. Din, din, din. The laugh. Right, so that's Prisciallia the Spider Queen. All of her emotes. Now I'll see you back in the battlefield. Right, I'm back, and now we'll be demonstrating each of Priscillia's different moves. So here we have her human form auto attack. It's very flowing, it's a bit like a dance move in a way. It's just very sort of smooth, simple. However, I think with any kind of attack speed it may look a bit ridiculous, like how Nautilus just bugs out when you use it. Now, this is her Q in human form. Her Q in human form is known as Neurotoxin. It deals magic damage equal to 95 plus 8% of the target's current health, and max of 120 bonus damage to monsters. Now that's just to stop it from doing too much damage to say Baron or Dragon. Okay, so let's try it out. It's interesting because it's quite a lax animation. It's not speedy, there is no sort of haste to it. It could become quite problematic in a fight, purely through the way it takes too long for the animation to end. Okay, so in spider form, the spell is called Venomous Bite. It lunges to a target with a poisonous bite that deals magic damage equal to 140 plus 8% of the target's missing health. Max of 180 bonus damage to monsters. Again, as I said before, the max damage to stop it from doing too much damage to neutral creeps. Now, what's interesting about this is it has a flat damage and the percentage damage like the human form, and the percentage damage is the bit that increases. So this is the opposite in the fact that it will do damage the lower the enemy is, instead of it when it's quite high. So this is one you'd use to wipe them out really once they're at the lowest point. Now let's see if I can demonstrate this. As you can see, it's got quite a range on it. It actually, I think it's roughly the similar range, but you can lunge with it. So it's a very good chasing mechanic, a bit like Trundle's Bite in that way. See? Boop. Anyway, Spider auto attack is a lot faster, and I have a feeling that this is going to be the one you'll be actually auto attacking with more, since while in spider form you do actually deal bonus magic damage. Okay, now switch back into human form. Now her W as a human is Volatile Spiderling. Summons a venom-gorged Spiderling that moves to a target location and explodes, dealing 125 magic damage when it nears an enemy or after 3 seconds. Now, here's the thing. It will explode if it touches the enemy before it reaches its point, or it will explode after it reaches its point, once it's after 3 seconds, as the tool says. Now, the most interesting thing about this skill is the way you can do it a bit like this. Go to the end of the point, and then it will chase someone. So if you throw it to the end and it hasn't exploded, it will decide the computer will take over and chase after a enemy nearby. So let's show you again. See, just to the end, and then it will start running after them. Now, the length of time it's there on the field isn't very long, so I wouldn't use this for any fancy moves like, oh, let's go make sure no one comes in through this bush. Now here's something else for you. It can be used to bush check, and that thing just looks awesome. Sorry. Now, in spider form, her W is Skittering Frenzy. This increases the attack speed by 80% of Elise and her spiderlings for 3 seconds. While active, Elise is healed for 4 plus 1 health when she or her spiderlings attack. Now, this I'm assuming is going to be beyond necessary for jungling. There is going to be no question about it. If you want to jungle Elise, you're going to want to grab this one nice and quick. AoE in human form, and you've got this ridiculous steroid in spider form. Look at this. Look at that, look at that. Even the spiders get it, and they do like, what, 24 damage a shot? Imagine that when that's all stacked up, it's just going to hurt like nobody's business. Okay, so back into human form again. So here we have Cocoon. It's a pretty long range skill shot that basically stuns on contact. So stuns the first enemy hit for 1.5 seconds, so that means I can't say, oh, I want to stun that range creep. Oh, yeah, it will hit the guy in front. There is no question there. Now, this could be quite useful, say, in Summoner's Rift, when you're playing the mid and you've got the Jaw jungler coming in for a gank. You're going to want to throw this out and hope like hell they get it in time. Or else, you know, a bit of a problem. Now, as a jungler, it also worked because generally skill shots from out of the blue are a bit of a shock to people. They don't tend to expect it. That's why Amumu is quite powerful as a jungler. Otherwise, he'd be nearly useless. If people saw him, if you know when he's going to throw his skill shot, what do? You begin to zigzag like a crazed, I don't know, mongoose. There you go, that's my new saying, crazed mongoose. You can't hit me, boom moo. So what do? Throw another spiderling, because I like those. So I'm just assuming that it's going to be very powerful from a gank, because especially considering the speed it travels at, it's not ridiculously slow, but I think it's enough to do, what it's supposed to do. I genuinely do. If you can hit that, then that's probably a guaranteed kill. If not, then you've got quite a decent one on you. Now, in spider form, this spell takes on a very interesting mechanic. Oh, one thing. Cocoon does no damage. Don't forget that. One thing. Yeah, anyway. Back into spider form. It's now called Repel. Or Rappel. Sorry. Elise and the spiderlings lift up into the air and they descend upon the target enemy. Now, this is an awesome spell to watch. So you can click it, and then you can re-click, and you drop, just like that. It's great fun, isn't it? So basically what happened there is you become untargetable in the air for 2 seconds. You then, if you click the ground. If you click the ground, you disappear into the air for 2 seconds, and you can actually just rappel, sorry, I have to get used to saying that, back to where you were. Now, if you were to do it, let's do it now. If you were to do it by clicking on an enemy, you would rappel up and rappel down. Now, this means that there is very little time for you to be untargetable. This means, like Fizz, you can use it to dodge Karthus ult, you can use it to dodge Ashe ult, Ezreal ult, anything, even damages. Any kind of damage you can use to dodge. Very powerful escape mechanism. If, say, I'm on the other side of this wall, and I go, oh, there's an enemy. Hopefully they don't die before I even get there. Actually, let's do it in these guys. So I go, okay, I'm running, I'm on the other side of this wall, I can see the golems, I can jump down on the golems and belt it, which is basically just a free gap closer. It's a bit like a little flash in a way, but it's nowhere near as powerful as, say, Ezreal's. Now, let's just go over the ult. When you're in spider form, it, transforms you into human form, but there's really very little to gain from transforming into human form other than the obvious, I'm now a ranged character, I have ranged spells, I can throw out a poisonous spiderling, which is just awesome. Now, human form to spider form is this. Elise transforms into a menacing spider, granting access to arachnid abilities and summoning her spiderlings. Spider form deals 30 plus 5 bonus magic damage per attack and grants 10 movement speed, 20 armor, and 20 magic resistance. Now, the spiderlings themselves have 30 base damage and take 30% reduced damage from multi-target abilities with a maximum of 4 at level 3. Now, this means that if you have someone with massive AoE, say Brand, it's not going to just wipe your spiderlings out in 2 shots. Still could wipe them out in 1. It could be quite strong. Don't know. Depends how much you fed him. Haha. Now, the passive is obviously what works with your ultimate. Elise's human form spells already a spiderling upon hitting an enemy with a maximum of 4 spiderlings. When Elise transforms, she summons spiderlings to attack nearby foes. Spiderlings do 30 plus 4 physical damage. Now, that's important, because their physical damage stacks off your ability power. It can't be much, because that would be beyond ridiculous. So when you turn into a spider, the little spiderlings you've stacked up from casting your spells on people, they spawn around you. When you turn back into a human, they disappear. This is important because the stacks don't disappear. They'll stay. If a spiderling dies, you have to restack them up again, of course. Very important. So this means what you're probably doing in a ganking situation is you'll throw that out. Oh, I hit him, quick repel in, spiders everywhere, and then boom. You know, these 4 spiders with 34 attack damage are attacking. Hell, let's throw out this one. Woo! 140% attack speed is ridiculous. You just hear this damage coming out. It's kind of hilarious, but yeah, that's her ult. It's a surprisingly powerful ult considering what it does for Elise. It gives her bonus magic damage, 10 movement speed, and 20 armor and MR, similar to Nidalee's ult, the way they changed that, because I'm not entirely sure why they did that. I think it was just because she just needed more reason to go into Cougar form, which basically brought about the whole AD Nidalee idea. Now, I'm interested if ever Prisciallia Elise will be released. Tried out. I don't think so, because all of her abilities stack off AP, and it would basically form you being stuck in spider form for goodness knows how long, and that's kind of boring. So I don't know. I'll give it a try someday, and I'll report back to you all in one of my better videos, probably. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this preview of Elise the Spider Queen. This is Jasmine from TeamFallenLoL channel. Please like the video, subscribe, favourite, tell your friends. Why not? Tell just how amazing we are as people. No, I'm joking. But seriously, anything like that will help us very much. Thank you for watching, and well, goodbye.